Hey, this is Lucky Yates.
Hey there, this is Jimmy Simpson.
Hello, this is Brad Sherwood.
Hi, this is Claire Coffey.
This is Andy Daly. Hey there, this is Kevin Durant.
Hi, I'm Chris Parnell.
Hey, this is TJ Fine.
Hey all, this is David Hoffman. You are listening to Next Level Radio. Have fun.
It's time for the Showcast. And now, here they are, those pop culture junkies and your hosts, Ben Beck, Adam Gorey, and Steve Richards.
Welcome, everyone, to another Showcast Spotlight here on Next Level. I am Ben Beck, joined this time by Steve Richards, and tonight we're joined by yet another cast member from ABC's hit sitcom Last Man Standing. A couple weeks ago, we had the opportunity to speak with Molly Ephraim, and tonight we have the pleasure of speaking with, again, a cast member from Last Man Standing, now currently in its 6th season. Please welcome to the Spotlight the lovely Nancy Travis. Nancy, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. My pleasure. So great to be on. I didn't even know that you guys had talked to Molly. She's from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, we had a little bit of some local conversation with her when she was on. I think she's from the same area too, because we're in the Philadelphia area, and she's from I think like Bucks County.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, so nice.
Yeah. Are you familiar with the area? Have you been to Philly at all?
I have been to Philly. I don't know the area well. I actually grew up in Massachusetts, Framingham, Massachusetts. And so East Coast kind of gets glommed together for me now that I'm living in California. So,
okay.
I'm not familiar with the area, but maybe I'm closer to the area when I was growing up than I am right now.
Yeah, it's close enough. I mean, we're the same way, tri-state area, Jersey, PA, Delaware, Maryland, Northeast. It's all the same to us.
Yeah.
It's all the same kind of weather in the winter.
Yes, which is actually, aren't you guys having a heat wave right now?
Yeah, we're like mid-80s right now for mid-October, which is kind of strange.
Wow. Yeah, it is strange. We're having a heat wave right now. It's 100 degrees today. So It's a little strange for October, but we have it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're in California, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, 100 degrees in October. That's crazy.
I know, but we don't get that. We don't have 100 degrees now. Now it's, what we really want is rain. If it was 100 degrees and pouring rain, we'd be happy with that, but we don't have that.
Yeah. So let's talk a little Last Man Standing. Obviously, as I mentioned, you guys are in your 6th season, and I believe we've had about, is it 4 or 5 episodes have aired so far for the season?
Yes, I think it is. I think this is the 6th episode about to come on, I think. But
coming up this Friday.
I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah. And I have to say, too, this is something that we spoke to Molly about, too, and I was a huge fan. I got on board with Last Man Standing because I was a huge fan. First off, I'm a huge fan of Tim's, and I was a big fan of Home Improvements. So, of course, when I found out he was coming back to television, I jumped right on board. And I'm such a fan of Last Man Standing at the same time. I'm so happy I'm so happy that it's still on. And I was very happy when I found out we were going to talk to you, because one of my favorite things about Home Improvement was the family dynamic, with Tim and Jill or Tim and Patricia. Right. And, it seems like you and Tim with Mike and Vanessa kind of have that same kind of family dynamic, which I love.
Great. I know Tim was also a creator on the show, and I know he loved doing Home Improvement, and in a lot of ways that was a seminal show. It ran for a long time, and it was huge and garnered huge ratings, and so he wanted to sort of capture that notion of a true family sitcom about a family, and he wanted it to be a real family, a married couple that actually loves each other. They're still intimate together. They care about their family. They're trying to get through the day, and they're trying to solve real problems and not always feel like you have to come up with the perfect answer in 22 minutes. I mean, sometimes things are left unresolved. And I think especially this past season, what the show has done really well is been able to bring up complicated topics and have a discussion among characters and just come down with, well, you have your opinion, and we can still care about each other and love each other, and it's all good. So, that's partly what I love about the show, is it's more nuanced than a lot of stuff that you see.
Yeah. And I know you mentioned too, Home Improvements ran for such a long time, and it ran for 8 seasons. You guys are currently in your 6th.
Cannot believe it. And in fact, Tim will tease me because after the first season, I thought, oh my God, we are not going to make it. I talked to a psychic, and I said, is my show going to get picked up because I'm having a good time, but it doesn't look good? I don't know. We're a Fox show airing on ABC, and what's going to happen? And at the time, the psychic said, oh, yeah, you're going, you have many, many years on this show. I said, no, come on, no, this show, the one I'm doing right now, are we going to get picked up? And she said, yes. So whenever the negotiations have seemed, can you hear my dogs barking in the background?
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Yes, it's a raid. So let me just close this door. Hang on.
Sure.
I don't even know if that's going to help, but we'll see. So what was I saying?
Oh, you were talking about your psychic and...
Oh, the psychic,
yeah.
right. So I actually went in one day and I spoke to Tim, and he said, I don't know, it's going to be difficult to get picked up. We'll see what happens. And I said, but the psychic said, so he's always teasing me at the end of the season saying, what did the psychic say? You need to go back to the psychic. We've got to find out what's happening.
What an LA thing to do, to go to a psychic.
It's such an LA thing to do, I know. And you'd think I would ask about, how much longer am I going to live? But no, I want to know if my show is going to get picked up.
Yeah, I think this was the first time, you've done a lot of television and film, but I think, is this the first series you've been a part of that's actually made it and surpassed 100, that celebrated its 100th episode?
Yes. I've done a lot of TV and feature film work before that, and the series that I've done have always seemed to go about a year and a half and then be done. And then Becker, of course, went longer, but I wasn't on that for the whole time. I was only on it for a year and a half.
Yeah, you came in, I think, towards the end of that series.
Yeah. So once we got past a year and a half on this, I thought, well, the curse has been broken and we're golden. So that's a good thing.
You mentioned Tim, too, and how he jokes around. I have to imagine, and Molly kind of confirmed this, too, but I have to imagine he has to be one of the most fun people to work with on set.
He is a lot of fun. I think first of all, I admire him tremendously, and I have learned a lot from him working with him, just in how to be comfortable with comedy and frankly, how to be funny. I'm always asking him, how can I make this work? And he is ready to help. But he is a very opinionated guy, and he has stories about everything. And there's a lot of stuff that's off color, and he's not afraid to say what he thinks and feels, and often spin it in a funny way. So we're often listening to him go off and expound about something that sometimes we're charmed by, and sometimes we really don't want to hear.
Well, I was a Home Improvement fan as well. And he certainly threw off, because you're getting prepared, or you've already filmed it, but the next episode that's going to air is the Halloween episode.
Yes.
So you have to wonder if he's like that in real life, because certainly with the Home Improvement stuff, like the Halloween episodes that they did was some of the bigger episodes, and obviously you guys have episodes dedicated to Halloween as well. So is it like a festive type of thing? He likes to kind of joke around and have fun there?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I will say, as I said earlier, a lot of our episodes deal with bigger issues, and we talk about them. The Halloween episode is a complete romp. It's just a goof, and it's fun, and it's a little off the charts crazy. So it should be fun to watch. We're all excited to see it because we all, I don't know if you know this, but in this episode, I want to have the annual Halloween party, and Tim's character does not. He's sick of it. He doesn't want to have it. So he thinks the solution is to force us to all dress up as each other, and that will be so unpalatable that we'll end up hating Halloween and never want to do it again. And it works to a certain extent because we dress up as each other and then start sort of becoming the worst of each other and bickering. And then there's some news that comes in the episode that kind of dampens all our spirits, and everyone rallies and comes back together at the end. Yeah. But, Tim is sort of the puppet master in the episode, and he does that dressed as Donald Trump. So I don't know if I'm giving anything away here, but it's funny. It is really funny.
You know, it's funny that you bring up the whole Donald Trump thing too, because I've read articles before the season even started, and I'm assuming it's kind of true to life in that the show kind of does reflect a lot of Republican views as the show goes on.
Yeah, I think though. I mean, what the show has tried really hard to do is be balanced. So, in the fact that it shows any Republican views or conservative views at all is kind of unique for what's on television right now. I don't think there are many shows that show any conservative points of view at all. So I hesitate to even say it's a Republican show or it's a Trump show or it's anything like that, because we definitely present liberal points of view. But as I said before, we present these points of view and there's a dialogue and you come away with what you come away with. But it is kind of an outlier. I mean, I think a lot of what's on TV is definitely very liberal-minded and progressive-minded, and
yeah,
it's the one show that's like, I mean, we have hunters in our show, which for me, who's a big animal advocate, it drives me crazy, and I can't stand it. But that's what we are telling stories about.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even the Republican or the conservative point of views or any political point of views that the show has, it's always done tongue-in-cheek. It's always done with a sense of humor. So I don't think it's anything that anybody who's watching the show should ever be offended by.
No,
like
not at all. And also, I mean, we have the one character, Ryan, who is the liberal point of view. And it's also a lot of what he does is an extreme, and it's tongue-in-cheek. And I think the real issue is we're presenting these things, and this is how people are trying to get through the day and live their lives and make do for their families. And and frankly, I mean, we get a lot of humor out of it. A lot of humor comes out of that conflict between the two characters.
Oh yeah, definitely between Mike and Ryan, absolutely.
Yeah, and he does these vlogs at the end of the show, and he loves to poke fun at, the Mike Baxter character. It poked fun at Hillary Clinton and liberals and things like that, and the audience eats it up. I mean, but people in the audience who are Republican or Democrat, they love it. It's hysterical.
Oh, yeah,
so,
absolutely.
So it's a lot of fun.
I know earlier on in your career, back when you first started, I think you started primarily on stage, did you not, before television and film?
I did, yeah. I started out in New York on stage doing plays and commercials. I mean, really, commercials were my first sort of taste of any kind of monetary success at all, and that was pretty good for me. And I was determined to stay in New York and never come out to Los Angeles, and ended up coming out a lot. Finally met my husband. You hear the dogs again. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Trust me, we've done interviews where people have had flat-out conversations with their pets while we've been talking to them.
Oh, my gosh.
So
I mean,
it's nothing.
If you could know that they're 3 rooms away, I mean, it is an amazing thing. So commercials, theater.
So was it
film.
Was it through the commercial work that you ended up making the transition into like television and movies?
I mean, it was sort of one step at a time, a lot of waiting tables, and one step at a time. There was no exploding onto the scene for me. I mean, I did a lot of commercials, and then started doing little parts in TV movies and ABC after-school specials. I don't even know if you remember those. But it really step by step, little parts in movies, and then bigger parts in movies, and then switching over to TV, and I've been fortunate because I've been able to work for all these years consistently, and I've never had to look back, so that's been good.
Yeah.
So just try to fit in a timeline. Where does all this fit in with the creation of the Naked Angels that you created? Also, just because I wanted to talk about the Naked Angels, but
yeah, that was a long time ago. That was right out of college.
Okay.
So I went to NYU, and a bunch of us graduated with these degrees in drama that were frankly worthless, and just tried to find something to do with ourselves. So formed this theater company in New York, and as cliche as it sounds, we had a friend who had an uncle who had a big space in the city, like a barn, and we put on shows. And that was a great bonding thing. And I'm still in touch with those people. Those people that were part of that group are still close friends, and we still stay in touch.
Well, was one of those people Frances McDormand? Like, I'm seeing this here. I don't know if she was, or how close you guys were related.
Yeah, she did some things, I think. And, I mean, Jeffrey Knopf and John Robin Bates, I'm sure Rob Morrow. I mean, there were a lot of people, Fisher Stevens, a lot of New York actors, Gina Gershon. There were a lot of people involved then.
That's cool. So where does the name come from then? Because that's interesting.
I don't even know. I think it was, trying to think back. I think there was a member named Nicole who it had some kind of meaning, probably based on some poem or something that I can't recall. But, yeah, it has a meaning, but I don't even know what it is. Catchy, though. It's catchy.
Yeah, for sure. Do you? I know. We mentioned. You've done a bunch of television and a bunch of film. Is there one that you prefer over the other, or do they both hold both different, positives and negatives towards them?
I think. I mean, I always love to do a play. It's few and far between for me, but that always seems to be the getting back to your craft kind of grounding thing, because it's just you out there in front of an audience, and you get to be indulgent in the rehearsal process and all of that. But I kind of love all of it. I'm always happy to work, and I like working with different people and learning different things. It's an ongoing learning process. I like the immediacy of doing live television, sitcom television. We do record the show in front of an audience, and believe it or not, you rehearse one episode all week, and then as soon as you get it on its feet in front of the audience, it changes. And each audience brings its own personality, and the jokes either live or die, and you're really kind of out there. Mm. So I love that. I love that feeling. And it is as dogged as the rehearsal week may be, when we get in front of the audience, it really comes alive and becomes electric. And I know Tim feeds off of that, and his enthusiasm for that is infectious, and it's like showtime.
Yeah.
So I love that. And feature films are also wonderful. It's trying to tell intimate stories with a camera right in your face, and to really express something through that lens.
Yeah.
So different things.
I guess the live television too would also add back to you an element of the performing on stage as well, because again, you're in front of an audience, and whereas with a stage play, you do one complete run through the whole way through. There's no stopping,
right?
And live TV, you can stop and redo a take or anything like that. So I guess it's kind of the best of both worlds.
It is the best of both worlds, and I mean, my ego coming as a stage actress I hate when I go up or we stop. And Tim is a stand-up comic, so I mean, he loves to improvise and go off on tangents and chase the funny. So it's an interesting marriage here.
Yeah, because I've seen a lot of the outtakes from Home Improvement, so I know I can only imagine how he is in front of the audience.
It's like tossing a quarter, the shiny object, and he goes, and the audience loves it. It reels them back in, and they just love it. So it's just tricky to follow him and stay in the same zone. But we just follow. We don't even try to get in line or get in front of him. We just follow.
It's one of those things, too, because I know if I ever lived out in L.A., I would try my best to just go to live tapings of television shows as much as possible. Because the only one I've ever been to was I went to a taping of The Tonight Show in New York, and that was fun. But I would love to be in the audience for a sitcom taping. It just...
Yeah, it's, honestly, I mean, having done a few of them, it depends upon the show. I will say I've been in sitcoms where it's gone 6 or 7 hours, and we had to release the audience because they were literally falling out of their chairs with boredom. So And it's not this show, by the way. I mean, this show, we've got it down to a science, and it truly is like a show. We even serve pizza. It's great. But it could be a lot of different things. It depends on the people involved and the writing. I mean, you can't discredit the writing either because it really all rests in that.
Yeah. So wait, you serve pizza to your audience?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm coming out to LA
Oh, it's
and
great.
going to a taping.
I mean, we have a comic in the audience, a comedian who's keeping the audience warmed up and happy while we change costumes and things like that. We serve pizza. And then you have Tim also, you know, whatever. So, and we get it all done in a couple hours. It's really pretty great. And these cameras, it's 4 cameras on proscenium stage, and it moves from set to set to set. And the audience can watch it on monitors, or they can just watch what's happening on the floor. And it's pretty fun. People enjoy it.
I'm coming out to LA just to go to a taping.
And there's prizes.
Everything. Is there a certain sense of pride that goes with making a live TV show work? Because I know I was listening to when even before the show even started, I was watching a Tonight Show appearance or something, and Tim was saying how it's live and nobody does it live anymore, and how he was proud that the show is a live studio audience. So is there like a certain, I guess, pride in getting the juice from the audience and making that work out?
There is definitely a sense of pride, and there is a sense of accomplishment because I think we make it look easy, but it's not easy. And I think there's certainly a sense of pride every time you can get an audience to laugh so hard that they feel like they're going to wet themselves. I mean, to reach people and be able to get them to laugh, that's an amazing thing. So I always feel really proud, and then I also feel like beating myself when they don't laugh.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a pivot. I don't know how to transition, so I'm not going to. But I was checking out your Twitter, and you mentioned the animal advocate stuff, and it seems like you're an advocate for a couple of different things on Twitter. I don't know if you want to go into it. You're more than welcome. I was just kind of intrigued by the fact that you use Twitter not only as like an interaction thing, but as like a platform as an actress, and if you find that to be important and things like that.
I'm flattered that you're even saying that because I feel like, first of all, I'm such a novice and ignoramus when it comes to any of this stuff. And I've been coached by Molly and Amanda and Caitlin on the show because I just don't know what I'm doing. And they are all always admonishing me like, don't respond to people, what are you doing? But I literally just go through the feed and whatever sort of either appeals to me or makes me angry or whatever I like, I guess. But definitely a lot of animal stuff. I do follow PETA and am constantly retweeting that kind of stuff. And I love to read, so anything literary. I'm not that political. I mean, lately I've been sort of intrigued about Evan McMullen, wondering what he's up to. So, it's just sort of whatever
interests you.
Yeah. Was there something that intrigued you about because I'm an advocate, an animal advocate myself as well. So I was just interested in what might have had that click for you and what got you interested in PETA and all that stuff, because I think it's great to have people with your kind of influence.
I've always loved animals. I mean, you can tell, you can hear my rescue dogs barking periodically through this. In fact, if you were looking for a nice segue, I could have just signaled them to bark, and that would have helped. And I just, I think in the last few years, I've seen how we treat animals and where our food comes from, and I've always loved elephants. I've visited Africa, and they're amazing, majestic beasts. And I just think cruelty in any form, people or animals, is very disturbing to me.
Yeah, we had I don't know if you're familiar with him or not, but we had interviewed earlier on this year. We had interviewed actor Paul Blackthorne.
I don't know him. No,
he's a British actor. He's on like the CW, like the comic book Arrow and the Flash and those kind of shows. But he's a big advocate for rhino, for saving the rhinos in Africa, and he does a lot of things like that. So we gave him a platform for that as well, and he was like thrilled that we were able to talk to him about it. And
wow, that's great.
And when we
That's
finally
great.
met him, and he was talking to us about it even more in person, and so like Steve, I mean, we're big into that as well. We don't.
I will say too, it wasn't that long ago, and I've always known about poaching and was at a loss as to how I could help or what I could do. And then it seems like in the last few years, and maybe it is because of social media, there's been such an outcry and a positive movement towards trying to stop it. I mean, a really aggressive movement towards trying to stop it. I mean, and it's baby steps compared to what is actually happening, but it's happening, and that's a good thing.
Yeah. So I know we're running towards the end of our time, but before we let you go, there was one thing I wanted to bring up, and I was racking my brain on how I wanted to bring this up, and the only way I could think of is to ask you if you would sell me some haggis.
Ed, no, you're like a planet.
I have to say, I love so much So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
I'm such a fan of that movie. I've been a fan of that movie for years. I have a ton of friends who are fans of that movie, and they would never forgive me if I didn't bring that up and tell you how much we love that movie.
You belong to an elite cult because no one saw that movie when it was in theaters. Literally no one. And that is possibly the one thing that I've done, the one piece of work that I've done that whenever people say, "Oh, I know you," it's So I Married an Axe Murderer.
That's from So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Yeah.
That movie is I mean, if you look at, I try not to look at like critic ratings and Rotten Tomatoes and things like that, and especially for cult movies like that I love, because they always are on the lower.
It's been trashed.
Yeah, they're always on the lower end, and all of us are always like, these people do not know what they're talking about. It's such an underrated movie. It's so much fun, and I have to imagine that even the same with working with Tim, working with Mike Myers had to be a blast as well.
Well, he is the heart and soul of that movie, and it is a testament to his genius as a writer also and a comedian, because he a lot of what that movie is about is him. So it was kind of amazing. Mm-hmm. And the whole thing with him playing his father with the prosthetics, I know that was a battle, and he won, and it was great. He's great. So he's pretty amazing, and I think it's the only thing that he's done where he actually plays a guy, like just a straight guy who's trying to get the girl. Yeah, you're right. Everything else, he's this caricature, and in this, he's a leading man. Yeah, so it's interesting. So, yeah,
and it's a really good opportunity for him to shine as a leading man too, and it's just a shame that he never really gets that opportunity too often, because he's good at it.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, that was fun. Anthony LaPaglia, Amanda Plummer, a lot of people in that. Phil Hartman. Yeah, a lot
of people, a lot of actors in that movie. I think Charles Grodin is a cameo in that film, and so many great roles. So so I would have never heard the end of it if I didn't bring that up. And
I'm so glad. Thank you.
Well, I know we're running short on time, but of course, Steven mentioned your Twitter, so we want to encourage people to follow you. You're at Nancy A. Travis.
I need followers. Get them on there.
At Nancy A. Travis on Twitter. Last Man Standing is at Last Man ABC on Twitter. And, of course, Friday nights at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock Central, currently in Season 6. We're such big fans of the show, so we want to encourage people to go and watch it.
On ABC.
Yep. And on ABC. And I'm as much of a fan of Home Improvements as I am. I'm keeping my fingers crossed you guys beat that record and you guys go longer than that.
Good. Me too. Well, me too. I'll ask the psychic.
Yeah, ask the psychic how long it's going to go, or if you're just going to beat Home Improvement, because then you're a success.
Great.
So, but Nancy, thank you so much for joining us. It's such a pleasure to talk to you.
Oh, thank you. My pleasure. Thanks.
All right, guys, stick around, or not stick around, but we will be back with another showcast later on down the road. So join us then. Thanks a lot.